This video is to help students figure out how to access and use the Academic Search Complete database. All right, so first things first, you're always going to access databases through the website. You're not going to Google them. So you want to make sure that you are on coker.edu/library. Hopefully you will have this website bookmarked onto your computer at this point in time. It's helpful for this class. It'll be helpful for all the rest of your classes where you have to do some library research. All right, so now that you are on the library's website, you're going to scroll down. You're going to find the databases tab, and you're going to click that. It's going to take you to A to Z databases. It's just in alphabetical order. Academic Search Complete starts with the letter A, so it's right here. It's also one of our most frequently used databases, so you can see it over here. Both places, both links take you to the same place. All right, so now that we're at the homepage of Academic Search Complete, you see these search windows here. Remember in our earlier module where we broke down our topic into different search terms? This is when you're going to use those search terms. Do not use this search window like you would use Google and type in a whole phrase. So I'm going to be searching for COVID-19. So I would not type in COVID-19 hit America in 2020. How did it affect mental health? Okay, it doesn't work with whole phrases. You need to break that down into just specific search terms. So we're just going to type in COVID-19, and then it actually kind of gives you some suggestions here. So see, you can put COVID-19 in mental health, COVID-19 and coronavirus. You could type mental health in here if you wanted to, or use these other search boxes. But I'm going to keep it general and just keep it the one term for right now. Okay, so I've hit search. We've got 333 different results, but your assignment, I have asked you to find a full text peer-reviewed article. So a lot of your professors are going to ask you for your articles to be peer-reviewed. What peer-reviewed means is wherever the publication was that received this article, that originally published this article, they had a panel of experts get together and review the article, read it over, and discuss whether or not the article was an attempt at finding the truth. And I say attempt because, things evolve, information changes. But at this point in time, when the article was published, the experts got together and they agreed that, hey, this article is academic worthy. We believe that it was, an attempt at printing the truth. And, we believe that we can print it and accept it as being scholarly and academic. Okay, so that's why a lot of people want to make sure that you have peer-reviewed articles. So we're going to click that on this left-hand side here, and we're going to also click full text. And then I also like to do publication date. COVID hit in 2020, but even if you're not searching COVID, whatever your search topic is, it's always better to have more recent articles because, like I was saying, things change, things evolve. So I would, always try to start with 5 to 10 years. Obviously, depending on your topic, if you're researching something in history, it doesn't necessarily affect you as much. But now that I've changed the publication date, I'm going to pick academic journal. And then I'm not going to take you through all of these limiters just for the sake of time, but I will change the language to English because that's the language that I speak. Okay, so now you can see our results drop down to 138,000. And then one other feature of Academic Search Complete that I want to point out is this little magnifying glass over here. It makes it very convenient because when you're scrolling, you have to click each article and then read it and then click back, and then it can be kind of tedious sometimes. But this little magnifying glass allows you to have this pop-up window where you can read a little bit of the abstract and then decide if you think that it's helpful. You could add it to a folder. And then just quickly go through each article and read the abstract in the little pop-up window that comes up. So I think that feature makes it a really nice, easy to use database. But let's say we've gone through and we've looked at all of our little abstracts and, okay, I'm looking at this article, post-COVID syndrome, because COVID is pretty much over, but what has happened now post-COVID? So this is interesting to me. I'm going to click this link and it's going to take us to this page. So first of all, it's giving you the information here. First of all, you've got the authors of the article, the source, where it was printed, and then subject terms. Okay, so these are some other subject terms and keywords here that can be helpful to you if you are doing some research and you found this article, but maybe you want to find more articles, or maybe you want to research a different aspect of your topic. These subject terms are always helpful for you to find other things to search. You've got the abstract, and then as you scroll down, you see the entire full text of the article. Okay, so coming back up to the top, you've got information over here on the side. Permalink, as I always say, permalink is the one that you want. You want the permanent link to this article. You do not want to come up here to the top and use this URL. This is a temporary URL for this session only. If you close this window out and then come back to it later and you have this URL from the top, it's not going to work for you. Okay, so you always want to make sure you're looking for permalink. That's the one that you want to use if you want to come back, have a link that easily gets you back to this article. You can also export this, you can print this, you can create a folder if you're going to be here for a while looking for different things, you can save it. Here is citation. You always know citation, especially in this class, is very important. This gives you the citation information in this class. The style that we use that I find acceptable is MLA or APA. Okay, so when you see ALA and APA, those are the ones that you can use. And as we're looking at this, I want to show you, I'm always talking about hanging indents. Okay, this right here has a hanging indent. See how this first line is flush left, and then the second and third lines are indented? That's a hanging indent. See how this one right here, all three lines are flush left? That is not what we want. Okay, so for this to be, well, for Harvard, that's acceptable, but we don't use that one. We're using APA, which has a hanging indent, and we're using MLA, which has a hanging indent. You see, these styles don't. Okay, so just to point that out, because we have the visual reference right here. But this is where you get your citation information. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is the PDF and the HTML. So HTML, these are both the same thing because they're full text of this article. HTML, when you click it, just gives you the web-friendly view. It's the same information of the full text, but it puts it in a web-friendly view, makes it easier to read. When you click on PDF full text, this is going to show you the actual representation of how the article looked when it was printed originally. A lot of people like to look at this because you get to see like the original page numbers over here. You get to see how it looked in its original format. You get to see the tables and figures as they looked in the original format. So that's the difference between HTML and PDF full text. It is the same information, it just visually looks different. Hopefully that gives you some help on how to use Academic Search Complete. As always, if you have any questions, send me an email to kbasso@coker.edu.